Yo, people, what's going on for your latest episode of Footy Talk? And guess what? Chelsea are still shit. What you man saying?
He's on mute.
I was on mute. That photo in your background is taking the piss.
Yeah, what you lot saying?
I'm marvellous.
Yeah, man, I'm all good, man.
Man said Rants may have been right about Lampard. Bruv, I was right, blood. He's a fraud.
Mate. Oh, mate. If Aston Villa 1-1, it's one of them.
Yeah, man. Listen, I said this about Lampard over a year ago, but the problem is when you're a Leeds fan talking about Lampard, you always sound bitter in it, so people can't hear what you're saying. But I said to him, he didn't do nothing with the Derby County squad that was better in his hands than it was in previous years. He did the exact same thing there. And I'm talking about failing in the playoff final, even with people like Mount there, Tomori there. He had the Harry Wilson there as well. He had a really good team there, and he didn't do nothing. Got promoted to Chelsea, and he knew what circumstances he was going in. It was just perfect for him. If it didn't work out, he could have said the transfer ban. I've had to use players that were just there. No Hazard, Pulisic is settling in. It was just perfect for him. And I said this from time. I did think, when they brought in the talent they did in the summer, that there should be some kind of improvement there, and it was working for a bit. But hey, this happened this time last season too. They were losing games against Bournemouth and West Ham at home, and it's just happening again, isn't it? So, okay, what can you say? This is nothing that I haven't said before, though.
Yeah. Chelsea, and they're a joke, innit? So I'm just laughing. Same with Kanté. I've been telling man he's finished for time. It's like, man, that's like, you know what it is with a lot of football fans? They need to wait until things are like panic stations before they realize that man's done out here, 2 years he's been shit, But man had 2 good games the other day. So everyone was like, oh yeah, he's back. Nah, he's not back, bruv.
Yeah, he had a great game. He had a great game against us. I think that's where his energy went.
Well, there you go, bruv. And
he's just still got that in his locker.
But the way Leeds play, if you play in midfield, you're gonna get half a chance, bro. Because Leeds are so expansive, that like they give you a chance, bruv. They made McTominay look good the other day, and then guess what? Last game he was crap. Do you know what I mean? So that's what happens with Leeds, bruv. Because they're so direct and they leave everything on literally everything on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? You win some and you lose some. You don't know what you're going to get. Either you're going to get battered by Leeds or you're going to, bravo, they make you look amazing, innit? And that's what happened with Kanté, bro. He's washed. He's been washed since the World Cup final, bro. And I've been telling man, but they don't want to hear. And now all of a sudden, man's getting dominated by McGinn and them man there, bro. Dominated.
Do you think it could be to do with the team that he's in?
Not really, because, bro, I've seen him shit under 3 managers now at the same club. It's got nothing to do with the team, bro. Like his legs aren't there no more. Like literally, his best attributes are his ability to cover ground and break up play because he's not good on the ball. So as soon as you take half a yard off him, he's useless because he can't pass and he's not press resistant. So then he just becomes a fucking hindrance, bro. And that's just what happens with players like Kanté, innit? So I think age and injury together has just caught up with him, and he's not the player he used to be, bruv. And people are still hoping that it's form, but 2 years ain't form. 2 years ain't form, bruv. And that's it. And they're saying, oh, he looks good for France. That's because fucking Pogba's carrying him. Do you know what I mean? Just like Pogba was carrying him in the World Cup final before he got subbed off, bro, in shame. On a yellow card, bro. Like, this is just what happens, bro. And he got another yellow card today as well because he's getting ran ragged, bruv. Like, this is just what happens, isn't it? Kanté's fucking shot, mate. His legs are gone. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. And obviously, Grealish is just Jack Grealish, bruv.
Yeah.
Don't matter who he plays.
Rants, you know, on that point, though, about Kanté getting a yellow card, it's the same with a few of these DMs in the Premier League at the minute. You got the one for Palace as well, Mihailovic. You got Xhaka for Arsenal. There's a whole load of these slow players that are just tripping up people now and just taking the card. because they can't keep up with the game no more.
They can't. Yeah, the game's different now, bro. Like literally now, before you used to have one number 10 that kind of dictated the pace, didn't really offer anything. But now you got 3 midfielders that are running around, bro. Like you can't get like a minute's rest anymore in modern football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you can't be just sitting there and screening the defense and that. You got to be active all the time. You know what I mean? And he's not clever enough to sit back and just get the ball and pop it off. That's what Jorginho does. But he ain't got no legs either. Do you know what I mean? So Chelsea are fucked. That's why they want Declan Rice, isn't it? That's why they want Declan, bro. They're done. You know what I mean? They're cooked, bro. And I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Chelsea's a mad one right now because the thing is, Lampard, in terms of what he's done now, like fair enough, it might be shown to be overrated, but getting top 4 last season, again, circumstances and whatnot, but he got top 4, and it's one of them things, like, it's a good achievement, but I even said this about Arteta, it's like them achievements only look so okay in hindsight when you do what you do with your team, and it's like, you can't go out and you can't go and buy a FIFA team, which, like, if you go out and you go and buy a team that you basically spend on like a career mode, then you can't just expect that to work straight away. But it's like Timo Werner has been so much worse than what you could have anticipated. You think just pass the ball and he'll score. That's what it looked like at Leipzig. And it's like one of them with Havertz behind and the friendship they're gonna have. But now Frank Lampard has found himself in a spot where he's not using these kids no more. He's only using these actual, decent experience to an extent players. And it's not working. Now, that's where you've got to look at the manager, and it's like, right, you've got players now, mate. You've got squad depth. It's like, yeah, you might have an injury here or there, but that's why we went out and bought. But look at where we are in the league. Look at the results that we've been getting. You want to go for the title, and let's be honest, we know Abramovich wants to go for the title. Let's not say that you don't spend that much money if you don't want to go for the title race. So it's that case of that scenario now where it's panic stations for Frank Lampard because he's being caught out, and he might not have a plan B. Look at what happens at Derby. He then just joins Chelsea straight away. It's like he hasn't been tested to a real extent yet. Don't get me wrong. Not having a transfer window and then using the team that he was last year is a bit of a challenge, but then you've got to look at the league circumstances. This year is so much closer, and it's one of them things where he might not be able to keep up.
Yeah. And also in terms of Frank as well, I've spoken about it before, but his management skills aren't great either. You got someone like Hudson-Odoi who's an absolute baller, but Hudson-Odoi knows that if he makes a mistake or doesn't pass it right in a game, he's going to get dropped or he's going to get subbed off. He's got very little role, whereas someone like Werner is getting chance after chance. Giroud, he can play well for 3 games, not score for 1 day, and he's out of the team again. Those kind of things just don't work in today's game. When a player's doing well, they want to keep on playing. They expect to play, and only rightly so, because you're supposed to be picked on merit. But I don't think he picks half of these players on merit. Like for me, someone like Tomori shouldn't be available for Chelsea. Young English centre-back, they should be building something around that guy. But today he just makes the bench in a game where there's a whole load of changes. For me, Tomori's going to probably leave. I'd love to get him at Leeds. I'm not even going to lie. But a guy like him shouldn't be available at this time in his career.
It's a weird one, isn't it? It's a weird one. But you know what it is with managers like Lampard? And you see it with like the inexperienced managers. I think they're not used to having this depth, bro. And and it's almost like they've got like an embarrassment of riches a lot of the time. A lot of these guys don't know what to do with them, innit? And it's like, you even saw it the other day, bro. Man brought in Havertz instead of bringing on Giroud. And it's like, why did you bring him on? Because how much he costs? Or do you actually think he's good? Because it's like, that was a stupid substitution.
Do you want to know a stat about Kai Havertz and Joel Matip? Dead quick, because obviously Joel Matip, Pringles on steroids. Obviously, he gets injured all the time. But basically, Joel Matip, he's played 8 games. He's scored 1 goal and got 2 assists. So that's 3 goal contributions this season. Played 8 games. He's been injured multiple times. Then when you compare that to Kai Havertz, he's played 13 games. He's got 1 goal and he's got 1 assist, 2 goal contributions to Joel Matip's 3. Case closed.
This is your 80 million pound number 10.
Do you want another one? Get on this. Right, yeah, you just said 80 million, but I saw this thing. It was like Pepe for 72 million, Kepa for 72 million, and Havertz for 72 million. Don't buy players for 72 million. There's another one. Mate, it's been madness, the amount of flops that we saw.
Bro, like, honestly, bro, it's an embarrassment. Do you know what I'm saying? It's an embarrassment, bro, when I look at this. And you know what it is with the Chelsea fans? You know why I'm loving this? You man needed a lesson in humility, because I swear to God, after the summer and the money they spent, they were talking all kinds of smack, bro. I was tired of it. These men were talking like the league was won already, you know. And then Van Dijk got injured, and these men were talking like, yo, they're just going to run away with it. They're going to do this and they're going to do that. And Frank is going to have this. And Frank's been backed and all this, bruv. Frank's getting sacked, mate. He's getting sacked. Simple. Simple, he's getting sacked. Do you honestly think that my man is going to sit back and watch him spunk all of that money and put in performances like that? You're fucking nah, bro.
And also you have to consider as well with Lampard. People are wondering, you know, with his post-game comments when things aren't going right. He was under Jose Mourinho for the longest time, so of course he's going to throw players under the bus. He's not the best, you know, so don't be surprised.
Facts.
That's one thing you notice with younger managers. That's one thing you notice with younger managers like Mikel Arteta, like Frank Lampard. You see that, like, don't get me wrong, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer seems to have like the opposite effect, where like it seems like his players really, really like him. But when it comes to Arteta and Lampard, it's like they don't seem to have control over their squads as individuals. Maybe some players might like them, but not everyone does. You know what I mean? It's like a weird dynamic where these managers seem to be failing because they can get the good football out of the players, but over time, the man management seems to be shown when the players' performance drop, and it's like they don't want to work for the manager.
Yeah, but that's why in football, respect is earned, yeah? Like, you don't just get it. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is with Lampard, he ain't done nothing even in his previous job to earn respect. Neither has Arteta. He hasn't got a previous job. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with our manager at the moment, yeah? Like, he's getting away with the fact that we have such a young squad as well, which helps him. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're winning games. But every time we're not winning, you start to hear things leaked and that players don't trust the manager, players don't like this, they don't like that. You don't hear that. You do not hear that about like a Jose Mourinho or other managers that are more experienced. You simply don't hear these things. No, I mean, not once. Even when I hated Jose, I never heard stuff coming out the changing room saying, oh, they're not happy with his training methods and that. I never heard none of that. As soon as we start losing, man are saying, yeah, they think that Oli changes the team too much. Certain man are laughing at man on Instagram and that. Like, honestly, like, even with Arteta, Saliba and them man are busting joke, like, saying man's in jail and now at Arsenal. Like, you never heard that under Arsene.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these young managers ain't got the respect that the older, more experienced managers do. And that's why they're all going to lose their job at some point, bruv. Because if you can't control the dressing room, you leave, innit? Man management is the most important part of football now. It's not even selecting the players no more. Because players have got more power now than they've ever had. So if you can't control that dressing room, you're fucked, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? And Lampard ain't got that dressing room under control. Him and Giroud definitely have something going on between them, because Giroud should be playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He should be playing on form. Do you know what I mean? You look at Arsenal's dressing room, there's definitely certain players, that are not playing for the manager for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is, bro. So, hey, bro, like, it's only a matter of time, boy. And I can't remember who it was. I think right at the beginning of this, I think Saeed said that Lampard's going to be the first to get sacked out of Arteta, Lampard, and Oli, and I laughed. But now, it's looking like after the Man City game, Lampard's out of here, bro.
Yeah, if it goes ahead, after tonight, man, they ruined my TV for tonight, man. I was looking forward to the game. You know what I mean? But
yeah, but I think City play City play Chelsea soon.
Yeah, it's the next game.
Yeah, it's the next game. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, bruv, I reckon they lose that, yeah. Oi, Lampard's out. Because, bruv, they got the same amount of points as Villa, and Villa got 2 games in hand, bro. 2. Like, yo, it's actually like panic stations for Chelsea, bro. Like, they're on 26 points. Them man are trash. You know what I'm saying? Big up my man for the chat here. The Grealish thing, bruv. A lot of people don't give him credit because he's at Aston Villa, bro. But he's one of the best players in the league. Point blank, period, innit? Like,
Absolutely.
and this is just what happens, innit? Like a lot of people, again, with a lot of football fans, they need to see something right in their face before they can understand what's going on, bro. Like the guy is different gravy. For Aston Villa, for England, it don't matter. He don't need a system to thrive. He just plays football, innit? He's a proper old-fashioned throwback player where he's just all talent, bro. Like it doesn't matter where he plays, he still affects the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is just exactly what it is. Grealish is top notch, bruv. And look at that. 6th in the league, Juventus. I don't think Juventus have ever been that low.
No.
I can't remember them ever being that low, bro. I think they won the league a record, I want to say 9 times in a row or something like that. And now they're 6th.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's that club legend thing, man. Look, I've said before many times, I wouldn't want anybody of my legends to come back. I wouldn't want Radby to come back, David Batty to come back as manager, because I don't want them tarnishing their legacy. I want them just to leave it in the past, leave it there. I don't want to see any of them become Leeds United manager. I don't know about James for Liverpool with Steven Gerrard if you want that. But for me, I just don't want to see it, man.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. This old thing, like even with you lot got King Kenny back. That was a flipping disaster. Graham Souness was a shit manager for you lot.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It does not work. It's one of them things. Like, we tried it because of the romance and whatnot, and the fact that he's done good things as a manager previous, like he won the Premier League with Blackburn. But it's like, you've just got to think of the position that you're in there. Is his credentials and is his attributes the best suited to you and your team? Is with what you've got there, the bunch that you've got, the owners that, you know, the example that you want to set. Yes, he won us a League Cup, but it's like everything else just went completely wrong. Signings weren't completely right. He made 1 or 2, but it's like, it's one of them things where now you've got a different perception of that person as well. It's like, yeah, they were great as a player, but, you know, they failed. Like, listen, Kenny Dalglish is clear as a Liverpool legend. That's certified. He could have got us, well, actually, I don't think he could have got us relegated and he would have stayed the same. But you know the point that I'm trying to offer to you. But it's like, with Frank Lampard, it's like he'll always be remembered for being one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Chelsea player of all time. But right now, he's got to show how good of an actual manager is he. Yeah, because this is going to go on for his whole managerial career. For once he's done at Chelsea, where's he going to go afterwards? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like he needs to establish himself because he never really done a great job at Derby. That's why it was shocking that he got the Chelsea job. But it was
he won't manage again, you know. He won't manage again. When he gets sacked, he'll be on Sky Sports.
No, he will. He will. No, he will.
Think he will.
Like that always get jobs. People like
no, but I don't think he'll want one. I don't think you'll win another one, bro. Like, anyway he goes after Chelsea will only be downwards.
Now, his ego is so big, he'll probably wait for Neil Lennon to get sacked from Celtic and go there and then win some Scottish titles or something.
You think so, yeah?
Not against Gerrard, KG. Not against Gerrard right now. He's smashing it. He's smashing it.
Just on this comment, though, that's on the screen. You see like what he's describing there, he doesn't know what Lampard's trying to do. Lampard, if you think of, like, say, Football Manager, you can buy all the best players, but if you don't know formations and tactics and set what you want the players to do and how you want them to play, they're just great players in those positions. So I think that's
no team chemistry, like bro.
Lampard, yeah, that's it, man. He's got no identity with the players that he's got, because he's the one manager out of all of them that can't say that he hasn't been backed. He's literally had every single position filled, and even the position that he didn't need filling, he had Reece James to come in and second. So he has had everything. All the tools have been there. So he has.
He wanted a new keeper. He got a new keeper, even though Roman spent 72 million on one. Do you know what I mean? So this guy's been back to the hilt, and you know what it is. Man said you can see what Arteta's doing, bro. I've been saying it, yeah. And the funny thing is, you see with Arteta, he don't get the same slack that other managers like, say, Pep Guardiola gets. Do you know what I mean? Because my thing is with Pep, I've always said, yeah, that Pep needs top players, yeah, to do anything. We saw when Pep came in at City, yeah, I think the first season, where did they finish? 4th or something like that? He didn't have his signings. Didn't do great. Got his signings in next season, I think he won the league or something like that. If you give Pep players, yeah, that don't suit Pep's style of football, he ain't no good, bro. He's not going to do nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? I believe that Arteta has not got the players to play the football that he wants to play, bro. But you can see when Arsenal play, in little pockets, they look decent, bro. Like the goal that they scored, Saka's goal, You see Saka's goal there. Did you see the passing in that build-up to that goal?
Yeah, but that's one game. No, if we didn't have
no,
that
but it's
match,
not though. But it's not. Every time I watch Arsenal when they play out from the back, they try and do that. Do you know what I mean?
They've got quality in the team.
They've got a pattern. Do you know what I mean? They don't have that much individual quality, but they have a pattern in the system that they try and play. El Nene always drops in that little number 6 in that pocket and receives it off the centre backs, and he tries to spray it out wide, and they try and attack like that. I've seen them score a few goals like that, and the build-up play looks exactly the same, but the players just ain't very good, innit? I have no doubt that if Arteta had Lampard's players, they'll be playing 10 times better football than this Chelsea team are playing. I have no doubts. I have no doubts about it, bro. This Lampard guy is just clueless, bruv. He doesn't have a clue. He came in, he inherited a team that played possession football because of the manager before. And then he's just picked it up and he doesn't know what he's doing, bro. The thing's in autopilot. It's in autopilot. He's just picking a team and he just hopes they do something. They're so bad, bro. Lampard don't have a style of play and identity. At least with Oli, yeah, at least with Man United, I know that we're a counter-attacking team, yeah, are shit in possession here, but out of possession, we're dangerous. What's Chelsea's style of play? What is it? What actually is it, bro? Like, we don't know. At least man are saying, oh, Arteta's defensive and he plays 5 at the back. Are Chelsea defensive? Are they attacking? Are they counter? Bro, we don't know what Chelsea are. We just know they're shit. We don't actually know what they're trying to do, blood. You know, like that.
I think the only problem with Arteta is just, and I do think he's a better manager because, like you said, we've seen better spells in terms of what he's actually trying to do. Even when he first came in, you could see the philosophy that he was trying to at least put in place. That being said, it's like, I don't think Arteta, and I'm not saying Lampard does, I'm just talking about Arteta here. I don't think he has a plan B. Like, I think that's his only issue. I don't think he knows how to quite adapt to certain situations when it isn't quite going well. And obviously you need the players to do that, but I still think he can offer more with what he's got, even though it's not the greatest. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to sound like I'm downing him too much, but that's just how I feel in terms of, like, when it's gone wrong for him, he hasn't been able to change it or adapt to that situation. He's only got one thing.
But the thing is, yeah, if you're top, a lot of these top managers have one thing, bro. But the thing is, their one thing's just very good. Pep's only got one thing, but his one thing's very good, bro. You know, like that. Even your manager, he's got one thing, bruv, but it's very good. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. The top managers have built a
squad. Yeah, I suppose as well. They've also built a squad to where they can adapt to different styles of play. So when the manager wants to go defensive, the players can do that. So if Arsenal got a more better, solid line, it's just because, like, when I think of, they still bought Partey and they still bought, like, a new centre back, and they still covered areas that they needed to sort out.
But the new centre back's actually good, and Partey hasn't been fit. True. So them two signings are actually two of their better players. They're the only two players in their whole team that I'd take. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so those were decent signings. But I'm looking at their team now, bro, and I'm saying McTominay gets in that team, and I don't rate him. He gets into that midfield. All of your midfielders get into Arsenal's midfield. Probably all the Leeds midfielders get into Arsenal's midfield. Phillips walks into that midfield. Do you know what I mean? The Arsenal midfield's trash. It's trash. Man, I've got Xhaka and El Nene in there, bro. Like, honestly, as a manager, there's only so much you can do when you got players like that in there. Real talk, you know, like that. When you got players like Mustafi and flipping Socrates and, bruv, that's what man has to choose from. Now, I mean, it's like getting a kick in the left or the right bollock, bro. Like, it's gonna hurt either way, bro. That's the choices that Arteta's got, bro. Man have to be real, bro. Their midfield is shambolic.
Hey,
do you know what I mean? And you look at their defense, apart from what's his name that they brought in the Brazilian youth, yeah, bro.
Gabriel.
Apart from Gabriel, bro. Name me an Arsenal centre back that's getting in your team. Like, bro, you know what I mean? And then look at their right back, yeah. Bro,
oh, matey, shite.
Bellerin ain't getting into man's team. Maitland-Niles ain't getting into my team. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Tierney, cool. You could get in man's team here on the bench instead of Luke Shaw. Man's got tellers already. Cool. That's it. Like, bruv, really? Like, look at the team. Lacazette, you're not getting in my squad. You're not even getting in the 25. You know, like that. It's mad, bro. Look at us. Arsenal team suck. Pepe, you're not getting in man's squad. I'm not dropping Mason Greenwood for Pepe.
No.
You know, like that, bruv. Like when I look at the team's whack, Willian, you're not getting in the squad. So really, like when I'm looking at what's happening to Arteta, it's unfortunate, bro, because these men are really crap.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Rants, he did choose to beg Xhaka to stay. He begged Bellerin to stay.
But who is he replacing them with? He probably looked at the options, and thought, I'm not going to be able to sign no one, so I'm keeping.
Yeah, but then you just choose from within then, because it's got that rut in the end has got to stop somewhere. That's like with you guys when you re-sign Phil Jones and they still on books years later. Sometimes you just got to let these players go and move on naturally. So for me, he's the one that wanted Willian apparently. So he's there. They sold their most informed goalkeeper Martinez and kept Leno. Why would you do that when you've built the goalkeeper up just to sell him for less than 20?
But so bro, how do we know that that's his decision? Because listen, yeah, they've bought Leno. Martinez come through in it for a while, so they probably thought we can cash in on this. We ain't bought him. We don't know what's going on, bruv. You know, there's politics in football. If a team signs a goalkeeper, maybe they're saying, yeah, well, Leno's our number one.
Yeah,
maybe it's not even up for debate. You know what I mean? Because Mourinho tried to sell Martial and Woodward said no. So sometimes decisions about keeping players and get rid of players ain't really down to the manager like that.
And that's all fair, but then he has to come out and also say, well, that wasn't my decision, and stop lying and saying that it's his decision. So
but he can't have it
both ways.
But he can't say it's not his decision. We get sacked. You know, this is the same Brer that said, that like Edu came out and said that Ozil not playing was the manager's responsibility. Then the manager came out and basically said it wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that club's a shambles, bro. The club's a fucking shambles. I wouldn't believe much of what any of these men are saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I look at this thing right now, I'm like, yo, Arsenal are fucking shit man for man, innit? So, bruv, the only kind of managers that would do well with this Arsenal team, are managers that come in like Allardyce and that, and they're just on a results only, fuck this style of play, like, you know what I mean, shithouse football. Like, those are the only managers that can really do well. If you want to come in and play nice things, with these scrubs, good luck. You know, like that. It's mad, like, you're not going to do it, bro. The perfect kind of manager for this Arsenal team is someone that's going to shithouse the place. Anyone that wants to come and play nice football, they need nice footballers, innit? They ain't got no nice players. No, I mean, they got Martinelli.
I think Rafa would be a good suit for Arsenal.
Well, there you go. Because he'll come in and do the pragmatic thing and make them organised and do all of that. He's not going to do all these little six-man triangles out from the back and that, but he's just going to have these man compact, hard to beat, stubborn. Do you know what I mean? But, bruv, like, that's not what Arteta was brought in to do, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's not what he was brought in to do. So when I look at it, I have a bit of sympathy for him. Do you know what I'm saying? But Lampard, man can't have no sympathy for this guy. He's a silver spoon guy from the beginning of his football career all the way through his career. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, there's no one to carry Lampard now, bro. He's had man to carry him in his football career as a player, and now he's out here in the dugout. There's no one to hide behind now, bro. You ain't got Essien and Makelele behind you and all these other men, bro. You ain't got that now. It's just you, fam. And he's struggling badly, bro. Do you know what I mean? Lampard's looking real funny in the light, bro. Real funny in the light, and he's getting sacked. I can't see him doing another job. I know you're saying, KG, like he might try and have it, but bruv, honestly, I think after this, like being like Chelsea legend and then it going to shit there and you getting sacked in shame, brother, I think you just got to go and do the Sky Sports thing, bro. Just like Gary Neville. Gary Neville done the Valencia and it died and he's never gone back.
They're completely different people. I think you're really underestimating the entitlement of Frank Lampard here. When he gets his next job, you're going to hear every excuse in the world why it didn't work at Chelsea and why he thinks it's going to work. I promise you it's going to happen. Just watch.
That's mad though, because obviously I don't know enough about Lampard here, like as a person, innit? Apart from obviously like his personal life and that everyone knows and how he was brought up and that. But bruv, I don't really know what he's like. But honestly, me as a man, if I got offered my dream job like that and I failed miserably like that, I'd be done with it. Because he don't need the money. He's not one of them players that was from the era where they didn't get paid dough. Not only was Lampard on 100 grand plus a week for most of his career, but bruv, he was born into money. He went to a private school, so he don't need the piece. You know what I'm saying? You know the amount of money his dad's got stashed away, bruv. When Harry kicks the bucket, Lampard's rolling, you know.
Harry.
Trust me, Harry's probably got an island somewhere that we don't know about in his dog's name. You know them, man. And Lampard's going to inherit that. Yeah, but bro, exactly. Uncle Harry's got man in the will, bro. You know that? Are you mad? You think that Uncle Harry's not leaving man an island, bro?
Leaving him an island.
Bro, he's leaving him and Jamie twin islands, bro. Man got 2 islands in the Caribbean next to flipping Richard Branson. Are you mad? Frank Lampard Sr. has got cake somewhere. Him and flipping Harry probably investing in some bandulu things, blood. I'm telling you, man's got peas, you know. Like Lampard don't need the money. And I think that this will hurt his ego so much. Why would he want to do it again, bro? He can go on Sky Sports and do the Gary Neville thing.
He won't want to quit, I don't think.
No.
I think that'll be his mindset about it. I just don't think. I think Gary Neville was different because he went from being good at something to going to a manager. And then he realised, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. And he done very, very bad. Like, I know Lampard's doing not as great for Chelsea, but he done very bad for Valencia, do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things, like, with Frank Lampard, he's done below par, but he hasn't done what Arteta's doing at Arsenal. Regardless why, he's not, like, doing that bad, do you know what I mean? So it's, like, one of them cases where he's done okay to where he can still have respect for the name that he is. He could get away with getting another job, but it's just his mindset. I think that's why he'll carry on. Whereas Gary Neville, he was already good at Sky Sports, and Frank Lampard's never done that. So it's like.
But the thing is, Lampard speaks well, blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I told man that little man got a little maths degree or something. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Lampard's doing this thing, bro. Listen, Lampard. The only reason why he ain't been sacked now is because he gives the best PowerPoint presentations after a game, blood. Man gets clarted and he sits down. And he makes you buy into the fact that he knows what he's doing when he doesn't. Lampard, bruv, he speaks so well. He's a top blagger, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like Uncle Harry, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But just more articulate. You know the man. Like Lampard sits down there and he'll sell you a dream, blood, in that press conference after they've lost. And that's the reason why he's still in a job. He speaks so well, whereas Solskjaer speaks and it pisses me off. Do you know what I mean? Arteta says certain things and you think, rah, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're moving a bit mad today. But Lampard always 10 out of 10 in the press conferences. And that's why he's surviving, bro. And that's why I think he'll be a sick analyst on TV, blood, because this management thing ain't for him, you know. It's not for him. I can't see it. I can't see it, bruv. I can't even.
I can see him being an average manager. Like, I don't ever see anyone looking at him in the sense like, oh my God, you're their boss. But I feel like maybe...
Why would he want to be an average manager? This is a Ballon d'Or nominee, bro. I don't think his ego will allow him to be an average manager, bro. But as KG said, he either goes to Scotland, somewhere where it's easy to win titles.
That'll be the perception.
Or he gives out. Or he gives up, bro. Because he's never going to be a top manager.
I think he'll take a few more jobs and then we'll realise he'll have been an average manager. But I think he's going to try and work his way to prove that he's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's going to give himself a more of a ceiling to prove that he's got, even if it's not at Chelsea, even if it's just a lower club in the Premier League, or like you say, go to Scotland, do the Brendan Rodgers approach. When everyone thinks you're done, go to Scotland, win a few trophies, come back, learn actually a bit, and then you never know, you might actually be a really, really good manager. But it's like one of them things where it's all ifs and all of that, and I understand that he has shown things below par. I just genuinely believe, especially with the fact like Harry Redknapp was a manager, he'll be telling him like, listen, mate, I don't even think you should give up yourself. You've done good things as well as bad things. Just don't focus on the negative. So I don't know. It's a weird one, mate. Whether he should or he shouldn't, I just think he'll carry on.
Yeah, and also that comment there said who will hire him. The guy's got the media on his side still. He's got a great PR. He's got a great PR machine behind him. He'll get another job.
Young English manager.
If Sam Allardyce is getting a job 3 years after he left the Prem, Frank Lampard's getting another one easy.
Yeah, but the difference is, Sam Allardyce has credentials, blood.
Proof, yeah.
You know what I mean? Man say never been down. All these things, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, the brother got Bolton to Europe with JJ.
He's got accolades.
He got JJ Okocha to come and play for him. He signed some players, bro. Oh, brother, how he done that? He must have paid them money cash in a brown envelope. Some of these men Bruv, you got Anelka there.
Did he sign Mascherano and Tevez, or were he at West Ham then?
No,
I swear
that was completely different.
That was Pardew, wasn't it?
Oh, was that Pardew? Yeah.
And even that was a mad thing.
Allardyce got even Campo. He got even Campo.
Even Campo, Yuri Djorkaeff and the man there, bro. Man, I got World Cup winners here at Bolton.
Bolton, man.
Do you know, bruv, listen to what he done. Do you know what I mean? So, like, bruv, this guy can speak. Do you know what I'm saying? And even the Pardew thing, he said that he met up with these men in a fucking hotel room and they had Mascherano and Tevez in there like them man were hostages, blood. And he signed them both. You know, like that, bruv. Like, understand, these men have credentials, blood. You know what I mean? These men have, Lampard got no credentials. He didn't get promoted with Derby, so he can't even say I've got a promotion. Like, he's got nothing.
That's Derby.
But you know what the thing is, Rants? You're forgetting whether they're saying it for public consumption or what. When he signed players like Havertz and Werner, they remember Lampard's playing career more vividly than they do others. So that's why they joined him, because they remember him as a Chelsea legend. And there'll be still players out there like that, so he will still get that respect. It's just a different time we're in now. We've moved on to where Lampard has really just finished his career. People remember him. These players, 23, 24, remember him as a midfield done, winning the Champions League.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. But again, somebody's football career don't mean nothing. Pirlo's got these man sixth, blood. I thought Pirlo was going to walk the league.
Yeah.
I
thought first.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, with like flipping 50-year-old Zlatan, bro. So that's what I'm trying to say, bro. That league's mad. And that shows you, that like, cool, you can have good players, but there's more to it than that, bro. There's more to it than that, bro. If they don't respect you or they don't like you, and that's the one thing I say about my manager, like all my players like my manager. I don't think they respect him, but they like him. You know them, man. And that's it. And when you like him, it's easy to go to work when you like someone. When you're someone like Arteta that ain't won nothing and you rub people up the wrong way, it's going to bite you in the arse. The same goes for Lampard. Stuff like flipping Hudson-Odoi can't get a game somehow. At the beginning, he throws out Pulisic, and then Pulisic worked his way back into the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's his name? Giroud's playing well, can't get a game. Timo Werner's playing shit, won't drop him. Brought on Kai Havertz before he's bringing in other guys. Do you know what I mean? His man management's mad. I don't know what happened to Tomori. I don't know if he's injured. But no, this youth,
he's fine.
Bruv, this youth, wasn't allowed to go out on loan. They were talking him up. Lampard was talking it up like he's going to play all these youth players and that. And the only one he plays is Mason Mount. So that's it. So Lampard sold all these men a dream. Joke thing. How you do? You done better last year with the youths than you're doing with all your new signing. So that means you're not managing the dressing room properly, bro.
Well, with Lampard, maybe you'll look for something in January. But James, what about Liverpool? Are you guys going to be looking for something in January?
I hope we are, KG. We need to. No, because we need to, lad. But Liverpool, it does not surprise me if Liverpool are naive and we go into the January transfer window and we don't get a centre-back. Why? Because that's just what Liverpool do. They think we're sweet. And it's like we've got to a point now where we've got a great squad and we've spent quite a bit of money and we've got to a point where we've got 2 players for each position near enough besides goalkeeper. But it's like one of them things where over time we're finding out more and more what we've got. Either way, we know, and this is the information we know. We know Matip can't play 3 games in a row. He can barely play 2 full games in a row, so don't be expecting that. Fabinho, by the way, isn't actually a centre-back. He might have proven that he can play there and he can play there to a good level, but we've got no centre-backs fit that are senior. We've got 2 youth players in Nat Phillips and Reece Williams who last season didn't get a look into the squad, so they can't be counted as senior players. Joe Gomez and Van Dijk, there are 2 main men, purely based on the fact Matip's always out, not based on quality. It's because he's always out. He's not reliable. If that means, and this is, when you talk about ambitions and mixing that with the recruitment you need to make, I'm thinking, right, Liverpool's ambitions is definitely to defend the title, the Premier League. That's definitely what they want to do. So if they want to do that, they need to buy a centre-back, because when you haven't got a proper centre-back, a proper senior centre-back available or fit, and you're not thinking about it. I'm surprised we haven't got an agreement done already. There's no more games now until January, and we haven't got any deals done. There's nothing being talked about. I'm being honest though, why haven't we got it done? Because it's a big deal, and we will not win this league, in my opinion, with a Reece Williams as centre-back, just because at moments, it will not live up, in my opinion. Yes, he's done well in the minutes that he's played, and he's shown signs, and I love him for it, but you can't push a player in. Like, we've already done it with Curtis. Thankfully, we've got away with it because he actually looks like he's got a bit of talent that we can work with. You know, he's trained with the first team for a while, but other than that, you can't be putting in Nico Williams and all that. You can't be putting a Reece Williams. You can't be putting in a Nat Phillips. It just won't work over time if you're going for a league.
Yeah. Fair. That's very fair, bro. But I heard you lot got linked to Vestergaard, but I don't know.
I would love Vestergaard. Premier League proven, mate. I feel like he's worked his socks off for the team. I think he could even work himself up. Because he's not old. How old is he? 28, 29?
No, he's 28. 28.
That's
28.
So that's what I'm saying. 28 years of age. He's not an old centre-back. He could go above Gomez. He could go into that team. Jurgen Klopp could say, listen, if you put the right performances in, you're not just coming in to be a centre-back for the meantime. If you're good enough, we will make you the centre-back permanently. And if that's the attitude that Vestergaard has, then that's the type of player I want. If he's willing to take a risk to join a team that wins trophies, even if he wants to, even if it's just this season, it's like, just come, prove yourself. Liverpool can sell it this way. Just come here, prove yourself, work your way to the first team, because that's why we've bought you. We believe you're good enough to be in our first team. Obviously, you're going to need to establish yourself. Now you've got the chance to do it, and if it doesn't work out, you've came and you've won a few trophies. Nah, do you know what I mean?
He would be perfect to play next to Van Dijk, because Van Dijk's got pace. This guy's not the quickest, but he's brilliant on the ball, innit? So
and that's what we'd need.
Yeah, so I think he would be a great partner for him. You know what I mean? So that would be a good signing. But I'll be surprised if Liverpool don't spend money.
Yeah, the only problem is he's injured at the minute. I think he's out for about 3 weeks, so I don't think that's going to be a viable option.
Is he injury prone?
No. He's had a. They he was actually a game time decision for this one, but then they obviously looked into his knee and found that he needs to take a couple of weeks out.
Okay. Fair play. And yo, big up for this comment here. Miles is my guy, innit? And the thing is, I wasn't really cooking Arsenal, bro. I was just proving to you lot how shit their players are. That's all. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, when you're looking at the players and most of them ain't getting into any of our teams, come on, bro. You have to have some sympathy for the manager there, innit? Like, bro, like, honestly, man for man, Aston Villa are probably better than them. Like, that's how mad it is. So, like, honestly, like, the manager's got a lot of work to do. He's not without blame, but I just think that stylistically, he was never the right kind of coach to go into that team, innit? That's all it is, bro. Like, you need someone like a Rafa. Do you know what I mean? Steady the ship. Do you know what I mean? Get everyone playing, singing from the same hymn sheet. Just make them compact, make them hard to beat. That's the kind of manager you need with inexperienced and not very talented players like this. I'm sure if you gave him good players that could play football, this guy would work wonders, bro. Because actually, the way they move, there was a point in time when Saka was playing out wide for them. And bro, he had Saka looking like an absolute world beater, bro. And to be fair, Saka's good, but flip's sake, some of the football that they play in spells is breathtaking. But bro, they can't do it consistently because their men are dead, bro. When you're relying on Lacazette, do you know what I mean? Like, really relying on him. Like, he plays nearly every game, blood. That's like, it's like, you know what I mean? The team's not good.
And Rafa Benitez as well. He's already just been out of that Newcastle system where he's had a not so great owner and very, very average players. So he'll be used to going back into this kind of system. And it's obviously a bit better than Newcastle. So he might be all right there. You just have to get him out of that China contract, which I think is worth a lot of money. So I don't know if Arsenal are going to pay that.
I didn't know he was in China. Rotted.
Yeah.
Who's in China?
Right. Rafa.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Look it up.
Oh no, I believe you. It's just I thought I saw a picture of him because he's still got a house in Liverpool, but he might have been visiting. I'm not sure, but maybe you're right though. I'll look that up while we're rambling. But I think Rafa would be a good choice for Arsenal because, like you said before, Rants, it's one of them. He's going to bring stability into that club. Like he just will. He's going to set the foundations. He's going to know how to use the players. Like look what he done at Newcastle. He came in too late. They got relegated. He brought them back up. and he actually made them a stable Premier League team from the looks of it. And by the way, you're right, KG, he does manage in that league. He manages. I'm not going to say that name anyway. What was I saying there? Yeah, he'd go in and he would know how to use the resources and the players that are there and that are available. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's one of them things. Like, I think he could do well at Arsenal, and I think he definitely have them in a better position than Arteta because he'd know how to get them results.
Yeah, facts. Oh, big up. There's 1.2 in here, guys. Let's get us over 500. Get us over 500 likes. James, question for you about Minamino.
It's one of them with our Minamino. Samurai, man. I feel sorry for him. It's one of them. Like, he's came to a new club, yeah, and he's probably expected to be all this great thing. You know, he's coming to Liverpool, dream come true. But with the lockdown and stuff like that, I think that would have made things a lot harder. I know that's a cliche thing to throw in, but he's coming to somewhere completely different. Probably might not know the language that well. It doesn't really know anyone within the team. And he's not getting regular game time. He can't go back to see his family in his home. So all these things will come together, and it's a new club, new system, new standards. You know, even though he was at an okay team before compared to Liverpool, completely different level. So give him time. But if you're asking for the prediction, as much as I don't like to make it early on for players, I don't really see him lasting too long in a Liverpool shirt, if you'd ask me.
Yeah, fair play.
Agreed.
Yeah, it looks about right, bro. It hasn't quite worked for him. Him and Keita, I don't know.
Keita's weird. The thing I question about Keita, right, is how much does he actually want to be there? Because he's had some injuries where I just go, wait, what? You got injured where and when? Like, you got injured at this time. Like, he got injured on a plane once. It's like, mate, how did he get injured on a plane? He's injured now again. It's like, how is it just to a point where you don't want to play, or is it a point like we gave this man the number 8 shirt? Like, I want to back Naby Keita, yeah, but it's like we have just kind of gone, oh, you look decent there. We're gonna give you the most prestigious shirt going, and mate, he hasn't even played, and it's one of them. Like, someone asked me the question the other day. Oxlade-Chamberlain, who by the way has been injured for the last like season or two, or Naby Keita, and when I weigh what they've both actually done in a Liverpool shirt,
you have to pick Oxlade.
Oxlade had a great season in the 17-18. Yes, he got injured at the end, but he done brilliantly.
He was ripping that. He was pushing for the England squad there.
Yeah, he was showing he was making Arsenal fans cry with how good he looked. He looked like a completely different player than what he was at Arsenal. And when you compare the two, Naby Keita, he's had good individual games, but he hasn't had good spell of games or good run of form. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things. We've saw the glimpses, but he's not there every week, and he's not reliable. And I'm sick of injured players. Like Thiago, he's good enough to the point where he can get away with it, and he's still got a chance. And his last injury, they weren't even his fault. It was Richarlison, the snake. Anyway, he's good enough that we can trust Thiago because he's boss in that sense. Whereas Keita, he was good, but he weren't proven to be given the number 8. I'd give the number 8 shirt to Thiago. Because he could match the standards in that shirt, you know what I'm saying? But not a newly unproven signing. And it's the same with people like Minamino. I think we put too much pressure on these players' shoulders because they're coming to the club. And obviously the price tag with Keita was ridiculous as well. But, mate, one of them. Big signing bonus as well.
But James, on that though, those players that where you say we put too much pressure on them, they should expect to go into those kind of clubs, so they need to be ready for that. They have to think before they make that move. Am I going to be good enough to the standard? Will I learn quick enough? If not, I better not take this step in my career yet. I'll go somewhere else. So it's on them too. It's a two-way street.
Listen, lads, you are too right. Naby Keita and Minamino are pussies.
That's what they are. It's true though. When you break it down, and sometimes it's more than football, isn't it? Sometimes it's just more than football. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You can be a good player, but bruv, if you can't handle everything else that comes with it,
I
mean, you're no fucking good to anyone.
Do you remember the football player for Man City, Michael Johnson, the midfielder?
Oh, he was quality.
Yeah, but then he kept on getting these mysterious injuries, and it turned out he signed that 5-year deal, and then he just retired. So he was on the injury list, but then I think City terminated his deal 4 years into it because they said that's enough, and he's retired because he couldn't handle the pressure of playing football. So he just kept on inventing these injuries so he'd stay out. And we don't know how often that happens in football. I think it happens more than we're ever going to find out. You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of players that just seem to always be hurt. You know,
but then you hear players are injured, and them man are on drugs and they're taking drugs and failing drugs tests and that. And then, bruv, trust me, Bare these players are saying, "Oh yeah, got niggles and this, that, and the other." These men are failing drugs tests and that. These men are out on the sniff and that, bro. Like, listen, I know it happens in the game. I know it happens because I know loads of players. I've been told they're not injured. These men have failed like in-house drugs tests, and they're saying that these men are injured when they're not really injured. These things happen as well. I mean, so because of that, like, there's loads of kind of things that happen in football that people aren't
it's like,
really aware of.
Yeah, do you know, like, do you know, like the way Joel Matip, he's another like injury-prone player, but when he's on the pitch, mate, you can see the quality shining through.
Yeah,
you can
he's
see
good.
He wants to be there. You can see he wants to help the team. He's boss, mate. So it's like one of them things. He's beneficial, and it's like even though he's not reliable, hence why we need to buy a new centre back. It's like, you know what though? I've seen that you want to give it your all, and I was devastated when he went over against West Brom. The other night, and it was shit because he was doing well. He got a great assist for Mane and whatnot, and he always plays well. Even at times when he was playing next to Van Dijk, he looks better than Van Dijk. He was that good, but the game time hasn't allowed him to be in the limelight as much as other players. That's why the centre back thing needs to be adjusted. But that's why I'm saying, even though Matip is injury prone, we still love him and respect him because we see what he does. We haven't seen that from Keita.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Matip is like your Eric Bailly, innit? That's how we are with him. Like, when he's fit, we love him. But it's like we can't rely on him to be fit. So you still need to replace him. You still need someone that you know that you can play week in, week out that's at that level. Because when Bailly's fit, he's our best centre-back. But when Bailly's fit, like, do you know what I mean? It's not really good enough. Like Matip is a good is a good footballer. Technically, he's very good in it. But if he can't stay fit, then you need to be looking for a long-term replacement because Gomez ain't it. Not at the top level. He's not it, bro. Do you know what I mean? And neither is your young lad that you got there. Like, he's not ready yet anyway. Do you know what I mean?
No. Reece Williams. Yeah. Reece Williams, not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Not Phillips. I just don't want to think about... Sorry, KG, come on.
Sorry. No, I was just going to say, is Reece Williams that Calvin Phillips look alike?
Yeah, I can't. I've actually now you mentioned it. So there's Nat Phillips as well. He has a few good games in the Premier League, and it's just kind of like he hasn't been starting since. And I think what that could be is the fact he got brought into a Premier League game because he had to, and he was the more experienced centre back at the time, and he done well. But I think now in training, Jurgen Klopp's probably looked at him and gone, "Yeah, this is kind of why I don't want to, start your week in, week out. This is why I'd rather start Reece Williams over you." Because Nat Phillips on the pitch hasn't really done nothing wrong. So I can only assume he's not injured. So I can only assume it's training. So when you go to Reece Williams, I've saw him make mistakes already. When he comes on, he doesn't look fully composed. He's had great performances as well. Don't get me wrong. But it's just about the ambitions. When you're trying to match them ambitions, you can't be putting these centre-backs in and expecting them to be a part of a title-winning team. And one thing that I learned with Liverpool for years, defence is near enough the most important thing for the title race. Obviously, you need to score goals as well. But if you don't have a defence, if you don't have a goalkeeper, we knew that with Mignolet. If you don't have good centre-backs, we knew that with like Martin Skrtel and Lovren and Sakho. And these are starting week in, week out. Good squad players, but week in, week out, you're not going to win nothing. It's a fact. And that's what Liverpool need to approach now. We need to defend this title. Why? Because we're good enough to do so, but get a centre-back just to fill in that role. You don't have to be world-class. You know you can go and get someone. You're Liverpool.
You've got the system. You've got the system. Now you just need the players in the system. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not hard to get, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad.
I'm Nat Phillips, James. I think he's more of a good old English centre back, and I don't know if he's got the chance, he's going to clear the ball out, play more often, and he's going to play a pass.
Jeez, I think that's gang business, James. What you telling me? Telling me rant the road, like, what I'm saying, fam. Hey, listen, I thought I'd just hop in quick because I'm not gonna lie, I ain't doing no Leeds preview, blood. I swear KG supports Leeds, innit? We got them on Saturday early, fam. Friday night, you know what I'm on a Friday, Rants Aroni. There's gonna be no previews, blood. So I might just sneak a little quick thing on Rants' channel, blood. Oh, you man telling me, blood?
Yes, bro.
Like that. Look at me, Ric Flair at the back and that. You know them way deaf. I got a question though, Rants. Why does your shit look all different, blood? Like you and Lee Gunner got all this upgraded StreamYard thing, and man's got some old type, right? What's going on, fam?
Brother, it's an update, innit? So maybe you need to update your
comments. I swear our thing weren't looking like that when we did it.
I'm not even sure, lads. I'm just using a phone.
It's an update, blood. It's an update, innit? So that means your thing hasn't updated manually then.
Nah, I don't think so. Them man there, what you using? A Nortel, James, blood? Them phones with the aerials, blood. Like, shout out Little Mermaid, like, woo! It's all peak, man. It's all peak, fam. But yeah, what you man saying anyway? Love for inviting me. I invited myself in it.
Obviously, lads, it's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, it's good to have you, man.
What you telling me, KG? You turn into NFL before you get touched, blood. You know them way there by the mighty Tottenham Hotspur.
This is ice hockey, by the way, but yeah.
Oh my!
But now listen,
that's what I said. I said NHL, blood.
Yeah. Now listen, yeah. You know what it is with your game. I'm hoping that you guys play Son and Kane for 90 minutes versus Fulham, and then rotating, bringing Bale and Vinicius against us. I think that would be ideal.
We're not going to do that. Mourinho don't know nothing about rotating, blood. You know them way there. If a boat's hitting an iceberg, yeah, he ain't rotating that wheel, blood. I'm telling you, he's using the same thing. Like that man don't know nothing about no rotation, fam. I'm telling you, you'll run the man to the ground, blood. You know what I mean? I'd say that's and don't think I never saw that. I didn't wake up to just being trolled, bruv, just because of my older brother over there, bruv, just sitting there smug, bruv, with that fat Frank picture behind him, bruv. Oh, I told you about Maureen. I'm here for my little brother. You ignored my comment, fam. I want to know. I want to know. You ignored my comment in the chat, blood. I want to know. Who do you love more, Expressions or Pogba, fam? Go on, answer it right now.
What comment in the chat, bro?
A comment in the chat, bruv. I think Rants loves me. I think Rants loves Pogba more than me. Yeah. So answer right now, live. Who do you love more? He ignored it. He didn't want to answer it. He didn't want to answer it.
I didn't see it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not reading.
I never see a picture of me behind you when you're doing live streams. Yeah, so. What do you mean, soul, blood? What about Bants and Sauce? What about me? What about Raven, fam?
What about
it? Never more, blood. Never more, blood.
What about it, blood? You know what I'm saying? Trust me, if you're better at football, yeah, I'd have a picture of you behind me, blood, but you're not, so it is what it is. So now it's Pogba.
Oh, my days.
So what are you trying to say? So what are you trying to say? All you talk about is football, yeah? Is that all you talk about? What do you mean? What does Frank pay for Man United? You Fastellini, blood. Does he play for Man United? Huh? You pussy. What are you talking about, blood? Less of that, fam. You got Frank behind you. You got that potato sat behind you before your own brother, blood. Am I a prick, fam? Less of that, fam.
Game is the game, G.
Let me put Rants up behind. No, I'm not doing that, fam. You get me, bro.
Game is the game, blood. You know what I'm saying? Man like Aladici,
look at this. Look at all of these side, man. Look what I mean. Look what I mean. He's taking it. Hey, James, he's taking the piss. That's what he's doing. He's taking the piss.
Why do you always do me, blood? That's not fair.
Bro, just tell him, blood. I want to tell him in Expressions, in Liverpudlian, blood, in all of that, fam.
I'm done with talking about Sam Alla fucking douche. You know what I mean?
No, it's Sam. No. It's Sam Alizé, fam. You know that way there. That's what happened to you, bro. You get me? That's what I'm saying. Can't take 3 points tonight when up against Big Sam Allardyce. You know them way there, fam.
You got fucking Nuno, so don't you dare.
We got fucking Nuno. I know we got fucking with like 6 O's, blood. I'm not even gonna lie, fam. You get me? More O's than Banker England, blood. We got fucked. I'm not even gonna lie. Big man ting, fam.
We both took Hell's Expressions, my mates. We both took Hell's that day.
It is what it is, isn't it? Like, it is what
Rants took one as well against Leicester, but they're better.
Yeah, but it was less of an L because you man flopped. Because you man flopped.
Nah,
it was more like Leicester away. Exactly, Leicester away is cool. Like it's one of them ones where it's less shameful, isn't it? It's less shameful, bruv. Like when you go 1-0 up after 1 minute and park the bus for 90. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's a completely different ball game.
Nah, the opposition isn't what I'm talking about. Listen, Liverpool messed up. It's one of them things. I'm just talking about the expectation, but that's why Liverpool messed up even more as well, because we're facing the West Brom. We can go clear of all of yous, and we fuck up to the point where we can go 2-3-0 up, but we don't take that chance in the first half, and then Sam Allardyce comes back in the second half and he actually changes it up, and we don't adapt to it, and it didn't work. And it's like now we've got caught out. And we've
hey James, tomorrow we're gonna be putting 4 past West Brom. I predict that right now.
Yeah,
we're gonna be
touch my knuckles, touch my knuckles, fella. Easy, fella.
Man, it's 4-0, man. Light work. We're gonna take care.
Last time someone predicted a 4-0, blood, they drew 1-1 with West Brom, blood. I'm not gonna lie, and that was James over there. Hames and a giant peach, fam. You know them way. Well, what do you mean, fam? What do you mean, James? That's what happened. That's what happened. You was like 4. You like expressions. I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. We're giving them 4-0. 4-0. That's what you said. That's what you said, bro. You get me? You like listen, Scrandad. You said listen, Scrandad. Not even Grandad. He said Scrandad because that's what they do. They do up Scran in Liverpool and that. Listen, Scrandad. 4-0. That's what you told me, bro. You said it with your chest, bro. You know what I mean, fam? You said it with the shotguns and that, blood. Don't get me wrong, James. You get me? Obviously, I had the egg on my face in our show and that, but this is your moment, blood. You know what I mean? Take the floor, fam.
We messed up, lads. Listen, the floor is taken.
Jordan Henderson masterclass as well, blood.
Absolutely, categorically, 100%, absolutely, categorically bottled it. That's one thing Liverpool's done against West Brom. I'll admit it. Egg on my face.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was watching your watch along, I bet you see Jordan Henderson's shot. Yeah, I bet you celebrated like that was close. You were probably, like, ooh, you know them way there because I know how you like to make up what your players do, fam. But that was hella wide, fam. That was shallow how, blood. You know them way there. That was shallow how, blood.
Listen,
I'm not chatting shit. I'm not doing that, blood.
You are chatting shit because I said on your channel before, Hendo never had a great game. So don't come on this channel trying to be like, oh, you thought Hendo played boss just to get a few laughs. Listen, lads, you
always think Henderson played. A bad game for Jordan Henderson is 8 out of 10 rating for James.
One game, which I know, but that's the thing. You're bringing, I did say a high ratings in my own video. But that was just one of them, lads. Nah, you're right. But I corrected Hendo and I said to you, that I don't think Hendo has a good game. And that's all right because he plays well every other week.
The minute you're calling him Hendo, I know he never had a good game. What happened to Jordan Hendo? What happened to that?
Listen. At least he plays well week in, week out, and Pogba does it for 2 or 3 games in a row, and then he goes for however long. So it's about.
Oh, you're bringing the Pogba slander on. Go on, James. Shh. Silence. Go on, James.
You brought it up before.
I don't know.
Come on, James. No, this is happening. No, hold on, Rants.
Rants brings up my players all the time.
One sec. Let's not do him out. Hey, Rants, let's not mic him out. No, Rants, let him land. Hey, James, land.
You're mad.
James, land. No, I didn't hear, bro.
Listen, I'm on the cruiseway.
Why are you talking about
shit?
You are insecure about your players, you know. Mad insecure.
Do you know what's so mad? Why does Rants, can I know you're right. Why does that look like me behind you? I swear to God, when I get a haircut, that looks like me, bro. Like when I get a proper short.
He's trying to deflect the corn, blood. Now, less of that, bruv. You said something about Pogba with your chest, but I remember, fam. Do you remember the time James done Pogba? Do you remember the time? I remember, blood. It was just now, fam. Rants a rolling, bruv.
Nah, he's not consistent.
Stream, bruv. Stream like Mike and Janet. Man said, come on, Rants. Come on, my G. That ding dee. It's your turn, fam.
Bro, man, it's just trying to trigger me. I'm not having it, bro, because it's just like that just came out of left field. It's like, bro, like you can back your player, yeah, without trying to talk about mine. You know, like that. That didn't make no sense.
Take that for you as well, Lo, because you've done it as well. You've done that plenty of times, so don't act like I've just done that.
Hey, bro, like, honestly, I really don't like talking about Henderson. It's just that when I'm talking about mediocrity, he's the first name that shows up. You know, like that's just all it is. But I don't like talking about him. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I'm talking about, hey, listen, but he is for me to show people how good your manager is. I have to talk about Henderson. I have to, because he is literally the epitome of how good Klopp is. That's just it.
Doesn't matter why he's playing good. It's just that he's playing good. That's the way I think of it, mate. It's why. This guy.
I don't know, innit? It's just it is what it is, bro.
Innit? Listen, I'm not harsh, mate. If you don't think that Hendo Nino's the one, I think Hendo Nino's the one. I've explained my reasons to why I think Hendo Nino is the man. And if
Calvin
you don't agree with that, that's fine. If you think Pogba's the one, even though he puts in a performance every couple of weeks, that's fine. If Expressions wants to come in and stay stuff up like yours, that's absolutely fine.
I didn't say anything.
I hear that.
Yeah, what do you mean?
You know, you're so used to hearing me interrupt. Yeah, I didn't say anything, Hamid.
Literally, man. Like literally, yeah, I can't get wound up with the Henderson thing because it's not serious. You know them, man. Like man ended up on the front of FIFA, yeah, for banter. That's what happened. Man bantered his way onto a FIFA cover. Like literally, that's the highlight.
It's not that funny, you know.
100%. It was a banter. It was banter. Bruv, they done a banter poll online and he won, so they gave it to him. That's how we got there. It was a joke thing.
Yeah, sweet. I'm not talking about FIFA. I'm talking about what I see on the pitch. You hear what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know, actually.
I see nothing on the pitch. Every time I watch this, brother, I see 75-yard
James, did you say C on the pitch, blood? Did you say C on the pitch, blood? Is that what you said, blood?
Yeah, when you actually see on the pitch,
yeah? Say no more, blood. You don't let me wait there. What do you see on the pitch, James, blood? What do you see? What Men in Black saying? Hey, what Men in Black saying, Jim, blood? What do you see on the pitch, James, blood? We got the spec save ours on, blood. You get me? What do you see on the pitch?
I've told you what I see. I've told you what I see on the pitch. Are we going into a Hendo debate again? Because I'll do it, but it's like
I'd love to be the referee of this debate. Are we jumping into that one? I'd love to ref this debate. I'll take this stream to a 2-hour stream, blood. I'd love to ref this debate.
I'm not even going to take the piss, mate. Hendo's clear for me. It's one of them things. Like, he puts it in every week. You can say what you want about how he is as a player, but it's like, you can only go off what you see in it. And you can say, well, would he do this under this manager or whatnot? It's like, well, Pogba over the past couple of seasons, yes, he has a few good performances, but he doesn't do it week in, week out. And you can say it's because of this reason and that reason. But at the end of the day, Hendo does it every week, and you can say it's because of this reason or that reason, but he does it. So recently, he's been better than Pogba, and that wasn't even the point. It's just the disrespect that you give. How can you be a bad player and be in the Champions team, but you can't though, because he doesn't? Because you'd see it on the pitch, and also when he's not there. If it makes you worse, how does that make you a bad player? That's when you're just looking at talent. That's when you're just looking at talent, though.
Hey, KG, you can look at stats.
Oh my God, you can look at stats. You can look at stats when Hendo's not there.
Bro,
when Hendo's not there, we're not talking about goals and assists. I'm talking about the team stats in terms of the win percentage when Hendo's not there and he's not. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about goals and assists. I'm not talking about
everything. It's clear of Henderson.
Yeah, maybe when he's actually playing well, but he doesn't play well. Pass doesn't play well week in, week out. You can't chat to me, Rants. You can't chat to me.
If Henderson was fit, he would work for fucking Amazon, blood. He wouldn't even be a footballer.
Well, he's actually a captain for the champions in case you
didn't know.
Whereas Paul Pogba is playing Europa League football, and it took Bruno Fernandes to come in. See, Bruno Fernandes, I rate Bruno Fernandes because he came into a team and he actually made a difference. Paul Pogba did. Jordan Henderson is massive to our team because he's massive to our team. That's why I rate Jordan Henderson, because he's massive to our team. You don't have to care. I'm just telling you how I feel. That's how I feel. Then that's do you know what I'm saying, lads? Jordan Henderson, for me, is clear.
Jordan Henderson barely starts for England, lad. One is a world champion for France.
I'm here to having this conversation. Yeah, well done. 6 weeks of good football, well done, or however long. Jordan Henderson has done it for 3 years, mate. In a Champions League winning team, in a Premier League winning team.
I'm on your side, James. I'm on your side. Jordan Henderson, man. I'm on your side. Jordan Henderson, bruv. You're captain. My guy got him behind me, bruv. Gang business. Let's go, fam.
It's one of them things. He's clear. Nah, you're not. Expressions. I know you're not, but it's one of them things, mate. I know Hendo. He's the one. He's the man, mate. I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about everything. Everything that makes a proper captain. He's boss, lad. He's quality. He's the fucking man.
I'll be paying your internet bill, mate. I tell you, because this guy.
Hey, my internet shit, mate. No one's paying my internet. We're just about paying it us.
I tell you what, bruv, because he's a wasted baller. Not gonna
I want him to buy a better internet for us, like if he was paying the internet. You know what I mean, like,
bruv, he's the most overrated player, yeah, that literally you man have had in a while, but I hear that. You know what I'm saying?
In your opinion?
I'm glad you've got someone
in your opinion.
At least I've got stats to bring to you to prove to you that Henderson is actually very.
Man, like Statman James, blood. He's going in.
So it's like one of them, lads. You're just saying.
From James to Statman James. That's my G, you know.
It's right expressions, lad. My brother. I know you're taking the piss out of me, but you're my brother, lad. You're my brother. But yeah, lads, it's just one of them. Like, I can actually tell you why Henderson's done good, whereas you're just saying he's shit because of the eye test. That's what you're doing. It's like you're just going off talent. You're not doing everything. So it's one of them.
You're saying how vital he is to your system, yeah, but I don't mean he's a good player. It doesn't mean he's a good player. That means he does a job.
that's when you're going off talent. Because
hey, KG, let me ask you a quick question.
Hey, bruv, if someone says
yeah?
clean up on
hey,
our
KG, can you hear me? Yeah.
Someone comes with a fucking mop and a bucket. That don't mean they're vital to Tesco, blood. It just means that they do their fucking job. They can be replaced.
Yeah, but that's not the same. That's not the same comparison, though, mate.
KG, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll ask you a question. Yeah. Because you ain't had a word ever since I came into the stream. You haven't said a damn thing, really. You know them way there. But I wanna ask you, are you enjoying yourself? Because I see you busting up, blood. Like, are you enjoying yourself?
This is.
Are you feeling? You get me? Do you need a moment? You get me? You got nothing you want to say, fam, other than laugh at the man, then, blood. I'm dying. I'm just seeing you. They should call you expression. Your expressions are killing me, blood. I'm dying, fam. Oh my days. Oh, well, if you don't know when to talk, jeez, you know them way there, fam. I instigated the Henderson and Pogba thing because I was bored, innit? Less of the niceties and that, fam. I just wanted to cause some trouble. I used to do that in school and that. But you get me? I just want to big up Rants for getting me on. His face obviously may not invite me back on again because, you know what I mean? He looked happy before, you get me? I came in. Now he's looking kind of stressed, fam. If someone pulls up at my yard, I didn't invite anyone. I know it's going to be peak for man. So if this is the last time you see me, you know them way there, you know who did it. You get me, bro. All the man them get your bellies on. I'm not playing, bro. Less of that, fam. Hey, Rants, I just got to say, quickly, blood. You, man, got Wolves next year. I'm not going to lie. Wolves ain't been the same since Jimenez. Like, you get me? We played them. We should have done a lot more against them, innit? I actually predict you lot would do them like 3-1. That's what I said, innit, Hammers? 3-1, innit? Hammers, yeah, 3-1, innit? Yeah, bro. That connection's poor, blood. I swear, you know, it's like man's using one of them fucking plastic cups in a string and that, fam. It's peak, blood. Telling you. But yeah, I said 3-1, yeah. What are you saying, Rants? You reckon Wolves can get a point, blood?
They can. You know what I'm saying? But we should beat them.
I'd love that.
It depends. It depends, innit? Wolves are a team that don't attack. They sit back. And those are teams we struggle against. They're not going to come out and play football against us. They're not going to. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where it depends on how we break them down. If we don't break them down, it could be a long day for us. You know what I mean? So it really depends. It's going to come down to taking chances. I don't see how we lose to them. But I could easily see them getting a draw and I could see us beating them. It depends on what team that Oli picks. If he picks Dan James again, do you know what I'm saying? Then I don't fucking know, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see, man.
When are you coming over to my new place, blood?
This guy, bruv.
What? Look, blood. Look how big my front room is, blood. You know them way there, fam. You can all stay over. Do you know how to play the piano? I got one still. Her name's Natalie. I call her Natalie. I'm not gonna lie. And I got my little plant, Delula, as well, blood. Why is he so upset? I'm cutting, blood. Say no more, blood. Thanks for having me on Rants, innit? Like, I'm sorry, bruv. In a bit, man. Them, like, you get me, you gang business. I mean,
yourself, fella.
Yeah, man.
Safe, man.
What's wrong with this guy, bruv?
That's your bro, man.
Him, lads.
Oh,
that's your blood. That is your blood.
Oh, mate. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where we were now, but man, completely sidetracked, bruv. You know the ones, but the show was meant to finish like nearly 20 minutes ago. You know the ones. The man spent I spent the last 25 minutes chatting shit, so I'm completely sidetracked. You know the ones. That's just what it is. So yeah, man ended up having a fucking stupid debate about Henderson and Pogba that man really didn't need to have. You know them ones. So
no, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we don't need to have it. We don't need to have it. I've made my point clear on him, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it, bruv. Fair enough, innit? Henderson shit. But you know what? Your manager's great, innit? So he's making man look good. You know that one. So like, it is what it is, bro. I'll take your manager tomorrow, innit? It's just one of them one. The Wolves game, I don't know what's going on, bruv. If we pick the right team, we'll beat them. If we don't, I think they could get a draw.
Nah, you'll beat Wolves, man. I've got 2-0. I've predicted 2-0 Man United. Yeah.
It'll be interesting, bro. And like one brother said, that Arteta's a good coach and he's a shit manager. And that's where man was going to wrap up. And I agree with that. Do you know what I mean? The difference between a coach and a manager is, yeah, like managers can get the most out of the players they have in it. But if you give good coaches, good players, they're amazing. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. And that's just what it is. I think that it's weird because when you look at Lampard, Oli, and Arteta, yeah, Arteta is a good coach. Oli's a good man manager, and Lampard's not good at either. So it depends on what you think's more important, being a good coach or a good man manager.
Yeah, for me, it's a good coach. I mean, look, we've had all the criticism since that 6-2 United defeat. And we came back and we beat the shithouses of all shithouses 1-0. We did to them what they usually do to other teams. So, you know, and he did that. He made the adjustment. There was this talk about us going to a 3 at the back. But he also always goes to a 3 at the back when we're playing against 2 strikers. So, you know, we got a clean sheet against Burnley. That's 5. You know, so that's supposedly so leaky. We did all right. So I know that puts the media's narrative back a bit. You know, on the commentary, they were begging for us to concede a goal, especially from a set. They were waiting for it just so they could dig their claws in again, but it didn't happen. And we come away with the victory.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So again, it depends on what you think. Some people think that man management is more important, but the facts are, yeah, if you give a man manager shit players, yeah, they ain't doing nothing, bro. I don't care. If you don't have the players, you're done, innit? And that's why I say, when people say in rank Arteta, Oli, and Lampard has to be at the bottom. Because he's got the players and he still can't get the results. Whereas at least with Oli, with the players, he's getting performances, innit? And that's what it is. I know for a fact, if I give Oli Arsenal's players, he's relegating them. I know that comfortably. He's relegating them. Do you know what I'm saying? I think when he took off Cardiff, I want to say they were like mid-table, and he took them down. He took them down.
At this point, I would say it's Ali, Lampard, Arteta, and purely why I put Arteta last is just from what I've seen so far. Like, one victory against Chelsea doesn't convince me. All his man management decisions, the way that the team is just going off behind the scenes, just tells me that this guy, he needs to learn, because it's his first job. He needs to learn how to manage players better. So if that builds on, if he builds on that,
maybe that's not his style.
Maybe he'll better.
Maybe that's not his style. That's not Pep's style.
Yeah, but like you said though earlier, Rants, man management is one of the most important things, and if he's not going to get that now or learn it in the future, then he might as well quit now. He's upset a lot of people there.
I hear what you're saying, but the thing is, every manager's got their style. Like, not many managers can be coaches and man managers. Poch is a coach and a man manager. Do you know what I'm saying? But you don't get too many of those. Yeah. You don't. Like, Klopp's a coach and a man manager. But there's not too many of them in the game. Mourinho is not a man manager at all, bro. Like, if he likes you, he likes you. If he don't, he don't. Like, that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Mourinho's Marmite. And it's the same with Pep. If Pep don't like you, you're Yaya Toure training in the reserves.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. And that's what Arteta's like. Do you know what I mean? He fucked off Guendouzi. Now I'm saying, when really Guendouzi walks into their midfield.
Yeah.
But he fucked him off to make a point, innit? So Arteta's trying to manage like Pep, but he don't have the players. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So I just think that this job wasn't suited to him. But I do think if you give Arteta Chelsea's players and you give him United's players, yeah, he's getting a fucking real tune out of these guys, isn't it? I think he's a good coach. I can see what he tries to do, but he don't manage his squad properly, innit? And that's what it is. Whereas look at Lampard, bro. What he's doing with Chelsea is embarrassing. Honestly, like, with the players that he's got and the money he's spent, and with what he done last season, how is he not improved on that? You know what I'm saying? So for me, Lampard is a fraud completely. Like, I can't see the coaching and I can't see the man management. I can't see anything. At least with the other two, I can see glimpses of something. I don't know what Lampard's good at. At least with Oli, I know what he's good at. Do you know what I mean? With Arteta, I know what he's good at. With Lampard, I don't know what he's good at other than press conferences. That's why he's lost for me.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Where would you rank them, James?
I'd probably say, it's a tough one, mate, because it's like, even though I feel Chelsea should be doing better because of the players that they've got, I said it at the start of the season, I don't expect Chelsea to go on and make a proper challenge for the title race because of the fact I don't expect that many players at once. to change everything at that club. Like, I just didn't see it happening. So as much as I want to degrade Lampard for the fact that he's been slightly below par so far, I'd put him above Arteta. I'm not saying he's a better manager or a better coach or whatnot like that. That'll be yet to be seen. But just from what and Arteta's won a trophy. I'm not disputing that either. Don't want to forget about that. It's just, I feel like on a consistency basis, Lampard's shown more, even though he does drop games as well. I'm just talking about overall. He hasn't got Chelsea to a point where it's like, you look at Arsenal right now, and even though you could kind of see it coming, you're thinking, we're 15th though. 15th. Yeah. It's like I'll probably put Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Lampard, Arteta, but I do agree with the coach. I'm talking about a manager, but the coach, Arteta's clear of the other two, in my opinion, based on the experience he's had at Man City and what's actually being proven at Man City as well. How they've dropped off since he's left. You know, having that extra, quality coach there really does make a difference. So when I talk about, I just want to make clear that it's a manager, and what I've seen is what I'm basing that list off.
But then if you're basing the list on the fact that City have clearly missed him, he's won a trophy and a community shield, and he's considerably got a weaker squad than both the managers above. How do you still rank him last?
It's good to.
How do you still rank him?
I still rank him last because of what I've
seen. Yeah, but his results, you could argue that his results are down to the players he has.
Yeah, but there's also the lack of shots.
Considerably weaker than both of this. That's my argument.
He should still be doing better.
Oh, he should.
Yeah,
he definitely should. He should be doing better. But I think that the squad's weak, bro. We said it. Like, we're struggling to find players that we would take.
With Arteta as well, he has to. It's that whole going from coach to manager thing, and it's a lot easier to be the coach and not have to make decisions. But until the decision maker, it's a whole different ball game. So again, that's something he'll probably learn as he's going through his career too. We don't know at this point, but at the moment, just like with the Pepe thing when he threw him under the bus, but then Xhaka didn't get so much of a scathing. Did he learn from the Pepe thing, or was it that he favours Xhaka? We'll see if anything happens to one of his less favoured players on the next time they get a red card or something like that. Then we'll know if it's progress or not. So these are things he's going to learn on his first job.
No, you're right. No, I mean, there is a transition. It's different. Not being the guy that has to make the decisions and stuff like that. And that's why I said he's a good coach, but not a manager, innit? Like, he's still learning how to be a manager. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Whereas Lampard was never been a coach. He's a manager, but I don't think he's a good manager. Do you know what I mean? And we know that Ollie's definitely a man manager and the players are definitely playing for him, but you can tell that United ain't got no patterns. Like, these players are not being coached. It's a mad thing. So it just depends on what you like, innit? Depends on what you like. Depends on what you value the most, innit? And for me, I'm just, the way I like to compare it, because you can't really compare the jobs that these three are doing because they've got completely different teams. But the way I compare players and the way I compare these jobs is cool. If I give Arteta the Chelsea job and the United job, do I think that he does better than the two managers? I genuinely think he does. I believe if you give Lampard that Arsenal team, he probably relegates them. I think if you give Ollie that Arsenal team, he probably relegates them. And if he doesn't relegate them, he takes them very close to relegation. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that the fact that they can't coach and they can't improve players, when you can't improve players and you're giving shit players, you're in trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing I would say, bruv. This brother's got El Neni looking like Pirlo sometimes. And even though it's sometimes, because he's not good, it's more times than Ollie and Lampard are going to get El Neni looking like that. Do you see what I mean? So that's how I'm basing it on. I think that his man management ain't great, but I don't think he's worse than Lampard because at least he has something in it. Lampard don't have anything other than good players. That's just the only thing I see. Do you know what I mean? And when you man are saying on results, Lampard hadn't beaten anyone in the top 12. So he beat all the man he was meant to beat. And that's my thing. Like, Arteta's beaten us twice. He's beaten Lampard twice, I think. What the fuck's Lampard beat? I think we beat Lampard like 4 or 5 times. Like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, it's what. Listen, we're not talking about the 3 greatest managers in the world. Listen,
no, we're not. That's what I mean. We're talking about 3 tired managers, honestly. But Honestly, yeah, Lampard has to be last for me. He has to be last for me based on the fact that I can't see what he's actually done for Chelsea at all. At all, bro. I can't see it. At least I can see what Ollie's done for us. I can see what Arteta's trying to do. I can't see what this geezer's done. I can't. I can't, bro. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? What a fucking...
I don't even think he can see it.
That's what I mean. So, yeah. I don't know what he's done. And that's my thing, innit? So, that, it's a bit mad still. It's a bit mad for me. So, I'm not really... So, I don't know how Lampard has to be last for me, innit? The other two, do you know what I mean? Ollie's definitely ahead on the players he's got. But Ollie's relegated Cardiff and... Do you know what I mean? My man hasn't relegated anyone yet. So, do you know what I mean? Them two can fight for it. I don't really care. But Lampard has to be last. He has to be last for me. You know what have we got here? You man are flipping clowns, bruv. You man are just funny, man. Know what I mean? These man just love a bit of drama in the chat, man. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But nah, big up you, man. Hey, you lot, get us over 500 likes. I don't think we're there yet. Do you know what I mean? Got 1.3 still in the chat. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make sure you follow the man them. The links in the title. KG, you got have you got a preview coming for the next game, or have you done it already?
Yeah, I did the Burnley reaction and put a little prediction for the West Ham thing after that. So people go to my channel and check that out. Yeah, it's up there already. I don't think I'm going to do previews for games because that's where you look stupid. But I did put that. I did say though, and the thing is, if I can't predict a win against West Brom, then we might as well just go home. You know what I'm saying? We were better than West Brom in the Championship, and we're better than them now. So I don't see nothing but a 4-0. When Liverpool relaxed, they took their foot off it and played it a bit too easy. They didn't kill them off when they should have. I think we're going to do it tomorrow. I really do.
And James, what are you man saying for your next game, bruv?
Newcastle. Oh, mate, away from home. Oh,
I
don't even know what to think anymore against these smaller teams. It's like because we think these bigger games, that's it. We need to batter them. And I'm sorry that me Wi-Fi is poo-poo, so I'll try and get this out the way. Basically, this is what I think. I think Newcastle, they're a weird... Like, they're a weird opposition and a weird proposal for many reasons, because you're supposed to beat them, but it's one of them things, like, they will probably, Steve Bruce will probably find a system to try and, because now I feel like we're realising how you can neutralise Liverpool, at least at the minute, and it's like, sit back, try and absorb all that pressure like a sponge, and then just see where you go from there. Hope that decisions can go your way, because that's been happening quite a lot this season as well. But I think KG sums it up perfectly. We never killed off the game against West Brom when we should have. So in this game against Newcastle, we need to take our chances. It's got to be like a Palace type of thing, because we controlled the game. We had chances, but get them away. And also, don't put your foot off the gas. Don't get me wrong. I feel like why we dropped off and why it looked like that is because when Matip went off, I feel like we lost a lot of what he adds to the team when he did go off the pitch, and when Reece Williams had to come on. Reece Williams never really looks good when he comes on as a substitute as well. So when it comes to this game, I think we'll be better, more compact if Reece Williams starts, which will most likely be the case. But yeah, man, overall, we like what KG said. If I'm a Liverpool fan, we're top of the league, we're the Premier League champions. I can't say anything other than a Liverpool win. It's got to be, especially after the most recent results as well.
Yeah, facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Boy, we'll see. And this brother saying that Chelsea fans, I don't think that that's correct, but I do think that Chelsea fans are starting to see that Lampard's toast in it. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out in it. If the next game goes ahead, or they're going to skip the City game because of the COVID thing, we don't know in it. But honestly, I think if City beats Chelsea, I think Lampard's on the ropes if he's not already. You know what I mean? So we'll see how secure his job really is. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So big up you, man. Smash the like. Let's get us up. Let's get us over 700 likes. Still 1,300 in here. Make sure you follow the boys. Do you know what I mean? Big game of football. Big day of football tomorrow. We're all playing tomorrow, aren't we?
No. Oh yeah, yes.
No, not Liverpool.
We are Liverpool playing tomorrow. United are playing.
We're not.
When the Liverpool
are you play? Wednesday?
Yeah, we're
Wednesday with Tottenham. Yeah.
Nice. Calm. All right. So yeah, lads. Tomorrow I'm back tomorrow at 6. No, I mean, I got my show with Turkish is normal at 6, and then from 7 we got the build up for the game. So 6, 7, all the way till about 10:30. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna have obviously the build up, the watch along, post match. Do you know what I mean? So we'll do all the match predictions and all that shit. Then do you know what I mean? But big up everyone for watching the whole way through. Smash that like button. You know what I mean? Make sure you follow the boys, and then we're back again tomorrow.